Hey, we're back on this most special episode of King's Quest 8. That's right, we are finally gonna finish this guy. So let's get right into it. Based on my test playthrough, this area is actually fairly short. As indicated by the map name, we are going through this in 3 different steps. And this is the first one, and I think it's basically the biggest. So there's 3 types of enemies we have to worry about here. The first is this fish thing, which seems to... I don't know what's happening here. I think because they crawl along the ground, they become basically invisible when walking around in the water. And the game is also basically just going to dump experience on me. So that's fun. The other thing we have to worry about is, I think they're called shadow demons or something. I remember reading that the manual says that they, yeah, there's one, that they come out of the walls or something, but actually no, they don't. They basically just bullshit into existence. As far as I can tell, basically there are buttons hidden on the ground, and once we get back on land, you can see them get pressed down. It'll show the ones they get pressed when I step on them. These kind of square depressions in the ground. And they're not invisible. They don't float up from anywhere. They just kind of pop as soon as you step on the button, and they're there. Basically, it's like the closet jump scares in Doom 3, except way less subtle. So that's fairly annoying. The reason, as you might guess, the reason I know that they're not invisible, because I checked with invisibility potions, which, you know, you'd think the game has taught you that anything that just kind of that you expect to be there and you can't see it, you should use an invisibility potion, and all will be revealed. But in fact, all is not revealed because they aren't there.
You're dead meat.
They just become there. They basically are programmed to spawn on the spot when you press the button. So that's fun. And the guy you just saw, that's the other creature we have to worry about, is the friendly evil guard creatures that Lucreto has made. They're basically the the main soldier types that we have to worry about. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get shadow demoned. I want to kill as many as I can, but it still makes me jump sometimes. Pop up right because they're programmed to pop up behind you as often as possible. Now where's the? I said I was gonna show you the button. There it is. You can see it's gonna just press down there, and so for all I know, I might have missed some in my previous playthrough. I mean, how would you know unless you literally stepped on every empty spot in the entire level? The good thing is that the snakes and the demons only show up on... Jesus Christ! That one got me. This is entertaining, isn't it? Just watching me jump out of my skin every 10 seconds. I'm sure it's funnier than anything I'll actually think up while I'm talking here. So that's fun. And I picked up an item kind of without comment.
I carry a small medallion depicting the Mask of Eternity.
This medallion. Basically,
It's beyond my reach.
Of course it is. They've kind of given up on the whole, like, trying to make puzzles that kind of make sense. You have their shinies lying around, symbolic shinies. I I think I said a similar thing about the dimension of death. That it's very symbolic, which basically is a roundabout way of saying that the puzzles don't actually connect together or really mean anything. Luckily, they're not actually, difficult. The one thing I had to double check on the guide is one door is locked by a hidden candle switch, because of course it is. And I think the medallion lets us in this door.
Hark! Seek thou the tablet of knowledge.
I need the
thou
tablet
shalt
of knowledge,
not enter the hall of truth without it.
Never mind. Apparently I wasn't paying attention the first time, so yeah. Tablet of knowledge, which is, I don't remember. So, have you noticed that the AI, the enemy AI in this game sucks? Because it does. I have no idea what's going on there. I don't think this one will even acknowledge me. Nope. Guys, that's pathetic. Even just the simple process of causing the enemy to acknowledge you is in no way consistent or reliable in any way. You'd think that wouldn't be hard. If you get hit in the back of the head with an arrow, like, you'd think that just the process of getting hit would just kind of have, like, notice the hero call baked into it. Like, what reason is there not to? Which may mean that either they're incompetent in coding, which is a possibility, or it's an outright bug rather than just crappy AI, although you could make the argument that they're basically the same thing. Or both. Guess what I'm gonna go with? So let's see. So I'm basically just wandering around exploring now because I had a route planned out based on the idea that I knew what items I was supposed to get in what order, and as soon as I make a mistake about which one I'm supposed to have first, my whole plan goes to pieces because I don't remember what the tablet of knowledge is. Hold on.
You're dead meat!
No, I'm not. These guys have a lot of bravado considering that they are actually hilariously weak. I mean, you think that the henchmen, I think they're just called henchmen, Lucreto's henchmen, would be kind of tough customers, but in fact, they go down pretty fast, and they're going to go down even faster on the second floor because on our way out of here, we're going to get a much stronger weapon. Kind of the ultimate sword. As you do in these ultimate dungeons. They also award you with a lot of crystals. I don't think throughout the entire game I've basically ever used the top 2 healing items, so that the whole thing about of course.
What is the power of truth?
I know not the answer. I shall seek it.
It's a good thing that talking mask basically doesn't have to breathe, because I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for Connor to figure something out. But luckily he's got me helping him. I think that without the aid of the player guiding him along, Connor would tragically forget to breathe at some point along his journey and just kind of die on the spot. But hey, that's what I'm here for. So let's see. See, if the thing about it is that I know the tablet of knowledge isn't like hidden anywhere. It's gonna just be like sitting in a room, because if it was hidden somewhere I would have remembered, the trick or the place. But I'm pretty sure there was no puzzle, there's just you find it. The question is, where is the question? game is pretty much a breeze from the second level on. There's, you know, the only thing this one's really got going for it is that it's kind of big and maze-like. Not even really that big. And it's got these stupid jump scares. Oh yeah, here it is. So you probably forgot, so let me remind you that all the humans were turned to stone by the catastrophe, which hasn't affected any of the other creatures who we've seen since the second level or so. So it would be understandable if you forgot that fact. Apparently the whispers we hear in this room are supposed to be like hints or something. Oh god, look at that guy's face. Poor bastard. But, you know, without subtitles, I'm not going to be able to pick up much of anything here.
Could these be the Archons of which the prophet Hector spoke? The guardians of the Mask of Eternity?
I can see they did a good fucking job.
The Tablet of Knowledge, void of its precepts.
I don't know why there are certain spots where the game kind of switches you between running and walking. I mean, what, do you want me to use my inside voice inside the houses and temples and such? Oh, whatever. Of course, I'm gonna miss out on these. What the heck is the map doing? We can fit the entire map inside the screen. There's no need to scroll it. So now we kind of want to head back the way we came. It doesn't really make a big difference that I kind of had to poke around because I'm going to want to explore the whole area anyway. So yeah, these ones react to me. Kind of. What the fuck are you doing? I'm guessing these things, due to the odd shape they have, probably have these weird, misshapenly large hitboxes that keep them from even moving past each other. Wait. But there's crystals on the ground. I'm not even gonna come close to running out of healing crystals. I picked normal mode, right? I probably should have just gone ahead and picked hard. Look at this. This is pathetic.
'Tis beyond my reach.
God damn you.
'Tis beyond my reach.
Wait. What? What the heck?
'Tis beyond my reach.
I have no idea what's... These panels are supposed to open. I guess that one's not a...
You're dead, underling!
Did I like try to reach through it? The opposite side or what? Whatever. I have to obsessively collect each of these even though, like I said, I'm not gonna need any of them. So let's see. This way. I'm sure there's gonna be one of those stupid shadow things. They're gonna, you know, they're gonna show up in any big open room because I mean, that's practically what they were made for. Alright, let's do this. Come on. No, here, you assholes. There's one. I just feel bad for these creatures just getting mowed down by my flaming sword. You know, they could have been a lot scarier if they had actually, like, jumped out of a wall instead of it's just like, you've activated my trap card. I have a feeling that there's one more here. Not seeing it. Wait. How did I miss that one? Okay, so the buttons are actually slightly differently colored. It's hard to spot. But, I'm not gonna be spending a lot of time looking out for them. If I fight them, okay. If I don't, okay, I guess. Oh, wait. This is my starting area. Gotta keep a focus here, so okay. So, we go through here. to go through here. My entire plan is just ruined. We talk to this guy, he lets us in.
Behold, the Hall of Truth. Have faith, O champion. In trust is truth.
No, it isn't. I mean, I know trust is a good thing and truth is a good thing, but those two concepts don't really have all that much in common with each other. I mean, you could trust someone who's lying to you. But basically the point that it's trying to make here is that this is one of those things with invisible platforms. And I'm saving right here, and like that. But you know what I did when I first is I run up here.
It disappeared.
And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go, whoops. Yeah, so much for trust, asshole. Yeah, it turns out the path is actually pretty narrow. Imagine that. So yeah, that sword does nothing. So we'll walk up here, and there's an actual platform.
Egad!
Ah, shit. So, by trust, he means if you pick wrong, we're gonna beat the shit out of you with a fucking demon. What a douchebag. This looks perilous.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah, so apparently the, by trust, it means take the blatantly stupid option that you would never pick except in one of these bullshit tests of knowledge or faith or whatever. In case you haven't noticed, the philosophy of light and order and whatever is pretty much your cheapest possible dollar store RPG philosophy of goodness that you can possibly find. I mean, there's really nothing of value here, nothing clever or said or anything like that.
Truth is mighty and shall prevail.
Here, let me write that down for you. I know you're not very bright. Level up. Like I said, this last area just kind of throws levels up at you. It's kind of like, I don't think you're ready for the boss yet. Why don't we just give you 1 billion more levels? You know, and we're gonna spend most of the next level of this area beating up on hilariously weak henchmen with our overpowered sword in order to get even more levels.
What is the power of truth?
It's every rose has its... Fuck, that's not it. Hold on. You wrote it
Truth
down
is
for me.
mighty and shall prevail.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's go. It's a good thing that mighty-sounding voice gave us a cheat sheet to the answer, or else Connor might have actually had to learn or understand something. Good thing. That was a close one. Alright, so like I said, there's no snakes. There's no... whatchamacallit, there's no shadows.
Hand over the mask.
Pretty much everything interesting about this level is pretty much done with on the first floor. There's nothing more to it than that. Since we're gonna gain so many levels, I can actually save on healing items, especially since everything's dropping them all over the place. So we gotta make sure to do everything here. The 5th mass piece is, it's right behind this door, I think. And if we miss it, we're gonna have to go all the way back down here and find it. Which I did before, because it is hidden behind the stupid switch. Man. There's a lot of these guys around. They're pretty embarrassingly weak. Jeez, where did Lucreto hire these guys from? Another one. Do you remember how this guy was kind of menacing way back when we encountered one of them on level 1? Yeah, that was the day. Wait, no, it wasn't really menacing then either. It just kind of had more hit points. But it was more menacing than they are now. I mean, I'm basically just mowing them down by the dozens. At least I could if there were more than a dozen of them in here. Here it is. May as well get that mask piece now, since it's on the map and all. But, hold on. Yeah, this does actually sound a lot like the theme for the Dimension of Death. Was it really a good decision
The final mask piece!
to turn the acquisition of the game's most powerful and important MacGuffin into a comedy routine? I really question that decision.
Strange. No opponent.
Who saw that coming? I thought the guy was actually going to pop up behind him, which actually would have been pretty funny, but technically wouldn't have prevented me from leaving. So come on, they can't do that. Sometimes the camera's functioning gets a little wonky. Another thing I have to say is that this is probably the first time that I felt that the screen was kind of cramped. Probably because the camera is having trouble in these tight corridors. I don't think that there's any place in the game that's quite as cramped as this place is. I mean, the Dimension of Death had its mazes too, but it was kind of a little more open. There was actual sky, and the passages tended to be wider. But this is just it's kind of annoying. But hold on, there's one. This is really sad. They just go down like a sack of bricks.
How gainest thou the light?
I shall seek the answer.
These things do that every single time you pass by them, so let me save time by not passing by it. That basically cuts off where I'm actually supposed to go to.
How gainest thou the light?
I shall seek the answer.
I think I'm clever, but I'm apparently not that clever. Let's see, I'm kind of dying. Let's pump up a bit, and I'm sure I'll gain a level pretty soon. And they also pile on all these combat items too. Not that you need them.
You're dead meat!
You might think, well, they're trying to prepare you for the final boss. To which I say, you're gonna love that part.
Halt, puny mortal!
How many times are they gonna do that before they stop expecting it to work? Halt, hand over the mask piece. Oh, did you want this? I'm so sorry. Here, let me give it back.
Extraordinary. 'Tis really a sacred well.
Oh, I didn't expect that to work. I should have let you see the cutscene where he kind of sees the surface bubbling and he hides behind here, and the guy pops out of the vat and he runs past Connor, obviously missing him even though he's standing like right here. The reason I didn't think it would work is because I could have sworn I tried using the medallion on this thing the first time. It didn't do anything. I could swear it didn't do anything. And I thought maybe it was because I didn't let the cutscene trigger at least once. Apparently I shouldn't be testing these things out during a live run, but, you know, you're not missing all that much. It's weird though, because I don't know if I just screwed up or if it really didn't work. I wouldn't be surprised if the game was buggy in that respect, but, you know, whatever. It's really not a big deal. So let's see. And we got the tablet, of course, from the first floor. And yes, I do have to clear out the map.
Lo, champion, the hall of light. Thou shalt not walk in darkness, but shalt have the light of knowledge.
Yeah, the last time I got one of your stupid little platitudes, I got my face bitten off by a demon. And completely unsurprisingly, by not walking darkless, they mean the entire room is dark.
The key to enlightenment is knowledge.
So was that a puzzle that I just did right there?
By my faith, another key.
Because that's pretty dang pathetic, if it is. I mean, seriously? Push the book into the middle of the light. No shit. I guess it was either a puzzle or busy work. Man. There's one thing that falls down in this game. It's the puzzles for sure. Like, if you condense this whole game down into the adventure-style puzzles that show up in it, you would basically have no game. There'd be nothing.
I possess a magic map.
Wait, what?
I possess a magic map.
Huh, I didn't think to do that before. Oh yeah, we should check on what this says.
I bear the sword and shield of truth.
Apparently you can kill people with the power of truth. There we go.
A mind enlightened gains the light of life.
And enlightenment comes from knowledge. So, well, sorry, Connor. I guess not everyone can have the light of life. And I guess we're set. What exactly is the light of life, anyway? I mean, I think I understand what the concept of truth is, and I have an idea of what the concept of order is. I mean, it's basically, you know, this is a lawful good place, but where does light fit into this? I mean...
How gainest thou the light?
I mean, I know light has this concept of goodness to it, but as like a philosophical concept, what does it mean? I mean, this is never really explained.
A mind enlightened gains the light of life.
So if you're enlightened with knowledge, you gain the light of life. So is the light like lighting up the darkness of ignorance? I have to say that's kind of not the general type of philosophy people tend to think of when they think of light, but I guess it works. So here's an interesting bug. Hear that? I got an item through the panel. And the reason I found that out is because I was trying to open the panel, like, you know, like they did in the first two floors. Yeah, I think there was some on the same floor, but, you know, we saw that, but no, it doesn't open. So, I just kind of took it. We can do it through here, too. So why didn't the panel open? This is why. Yep. But you don't need to do that, because you can just grab it through the panel. Apparently someone didn't quite think that through. But hey, doesn't bother me. Now let's see, we have the 5th piece, Mask of Eternity. We have the Precepts of Truth and Light. By the way, speaking of items, I wish I could offload some of this completely useless junk I've accumulated. Not to mention, did we really have to take up 5 inventory slots with the mask pieces? I mean, I only have 7 inventory slots available at one time for me to see. And look at this. When I just look at my item screen, just straight up, I see 3 mask pieces and 4 items that are no longer relevant to anything at all. It's entirely chaff. Like, couldn't we? This is the very reason that, as clunky as it is, items can disappear from your inventory in adventure games when you no longer need them. Or at the very least, it should let me sort them. Like, this looks useful, so I should put this in the front, but no, because they just kind of jump back to where they were before. I guess you can kind of pick a general place and leave it there, but it's still just, it's really annoying.
Speak thou of order.
I know not how, yet.
You don't know anything about order? Nothing at all? I would love it if the mask was I wasn't looking for a password, I just, I thought our champion would know something about the concepts our philosophy is based on. Anything at all. It's not a test, just say something. Tell me something. What do you think of order? What are your thoughts on order? Someone's like, let me find you a big booming voice to tell me, and then I'll come back to you. The door is did we really pick the right guy? And the answer for you, Door, is no. No, you did not. But it's too late now. I mean, he's the guy kitted out in the shining white armor. So it's a little late to back down now on our chosen one. By the way, I know this is supposed to be the ultimate armor and all, and on the box and the opening title thingy, which I don't think you've seen. He looks all badass in it. You're kind of waiting the whole game to see him in this armor, but I don't know. Doesn't he look like a complete dork in it? Is it just me? With the helmet is just kind of painted on his face. It looks goofy. Hey there, ghost guy.
Behold the Hall of Order, O champion. He who does not correct small faults shalt not control great ones.
And that's our reasoning for making you do this bullshit puzzle. Bye! Alright, so this is the
I
only
must discern the proper order.
genuinely interesting puzzle in this area, and by interesting I mean annoying. So, yeah, you can pretty much see what we have to do here. There's really nothing to it. You just kind of gotta... Wait, hold on. What? You can't push any further, but there's there's an entire gap here. You will... Fine, whatever. God. But that wasn't what I meant to do. God. This is gonna take a little bit, just cause... God damn it! It's not what I meant to do. Hold on. If I do something push... 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 need to get this thing up corner. Hold on. Can I like that? I'm trying to accidentally push that. This would take like 30 seconds if it weren't for the fact that I actually had to physically walk to every space where I'm gonna push it. This kind of sucks. So let's go ahead and push this out so that we can then slide this piece in. I have to go around because I already filled in one space. Like that. And like that. For those of you who actually watch the Drod puzzles I've solved on my other channel, might be aware that this is basically an insult to my intelligence, but you know, whatever. Such is the way, when you're a gamer, you occasionally have to solve some completely bullshit busywork puzzles. It's just one of those facts of life. It's getting so close. I can't get like a good angle on it. Oh, that's a little bit better. Where does this one go? Jeez. Okay, hold on. I should push this one. Because I'll need to push it out of the way if I push this one down. Which will be annoying, so... Push that there. Push that there. I was kind of hoping I might be able to mitigate the pushing thing, having to push things in a complete circle around the entire puzzle problem, but unfortunately I seem to have done a little worse on that score than I did during my test runs. There you go. Let's see, funny commentary while I push blocks around for 5 minutes. So airline food. No shit, fuck. That's wrong. I got nothing. Hold on. We've almost got this. Little bit more. I'm sure that without me around, Connor would be looking at this like, what shape should it? What shape is it supposed to make? I have no idea. If only I had some person of average intelligence to help me. On the bright side, I mean, Connor is ox-like enough to serve the purpose of pushing the blocks around. So I guess that's positive. It's basically his one quality is his ability to exert force on other objects. Usually through a pointy object that causes them to bleed and die. Unfortunately, you can't fix this puzzle by making the blocks bleed and die, which I'll admit probably did give Connor some pause, but you know, I gave him a hand, so... There we go, and now we have restored the mask's beard, its most important quality. I mean, really, would this be such a majestic and important looking sight without the awesome beard? I think not. Got a key. It's a key. A key to a thing. God, I hate this camera angle. It's not even that good for solving a puzzle when you get right down to it. Where are we going next? I think the locked door is back here. You know, this is an awfully peaceful floor. There's no enemies or anything. It's like it's free of Lucreto's influence. Wait, never mind. You guys, we worked so hard on the Hall of Horrible Murder and Undead. Do you think the Champion Eternal will like it? Seriously, what is this? Why is this here? These guys don't look like Lucreto's minions. Just another trial. Guys, your trials suck. I guess this one actually has like some, you know, mildly interesting combat. But of course, it's a little late for that since we've figured out at this point in the game that combat is basically just clicking on enemies until they die. But, you know, they try, I guess. Okay, maybe try is a slight exaggeration of the effort that produced King's Quest VIII, but they went in the general direction of trying. You're done, buddy. They finally got around to using recolors of old enemies. No, that's not true. That's not true because the first recolor, I think, was the orange zombie from the Realm of the Gnomes. So that means the zombie has gotten 2 recolors. So that's nice.
Order is unity, and therefore perfect harmony.
So I'll give you a little bit of interesting trivia. I never figured out what this chalice is for. I mean, I never got an ultimate ranged weapon. That seems like it would have been an interesting option, but apparently not. When I was still figuring out the cauldron, I thought that it would be like, you know, like the golden ladle in the swamp. Fix the whatchamacallit? The witch's cauldron, the witch's kettle or something. I kind of thought that something would happen here with the chalice, because, you know, it's a container of liquid, just like the ladle, but apparently you just need the medallion for that. So I don't know what the chalice is for. It doesn't appear to have any purpose at all. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know if I somehow hacked it out of my inventory as soon as I got it, would it have any effect? Because all I really needed was the precept of order, and it was kind of just like it came with a chalice attached to it.
I carry the chalice of order.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I am fully protected by the armor of light.
I guess you are, Connor. Because it's got pretty good armor. Because I guess light protects you from evil, I suppose. Either that or it's just metal. Really hard metal.
Speak thou of order.
You couldn't have memorized one of these? I mean, you knew that was coming up.
Order is unity and therefore perfect harmony.
I guess these fortune cookie philosophies aren't really worth remembering anyway, so, you know. I haven't saved in a while, have I? I guess it kind of passed out of my mind, because how long have we been at this? It doesn't feel like it's been very long compared to the length of the other levels.
Lo, champion eternal, the door to the inner sanctum of the mask.
Thanks, ghost dude. Hi, final boss.
Finally we meet, mortal. I must commend thee. Thou hast proven more stalwart than I thought. 'Twill be a shame to see one such as thee die.
I have no intention of dying, Lucreto.
So basically, the boss's best trick is mandatory damage. There's no way of avoiding that or any of the other huge chunks of health he's going to take off from us during cutscenes. It's pretty much the most BS way you can add fake challenge to your boss. Especially since, you know, I can immediately heal it with just a few presses of like 2. much damage there. That's what I thought. Isn't this exciting? Isn't this final confrontation just so thrilling? Oh, right. I should probably heal. I got this. Why does he form like a barrier there? I mean, it's not like he's gonna stop me for more than a second.
Thou shalt pay, swine!
So, let me be honest with you here. If you look close, you'll notice that Lucreto is not doing any damage to me. And when I was going through my test run, I noticed this. So I decided to get up and go have dinner. I went to the kitchen, I cleaned out a bowl, I put some soup in it and microwaved it for 7 minutes. I came back, checked. Connor had still not had a sliver of damage off of him, so I went back and I waited for the microwave to finish. I got a bit bored while I was waiting, so I decided to clean up a little bit. Turns out fighting Lucreto was one of the best things for the cleanliness of my house that I have ever experienced, so maybe I should fight him more often. I came back with my soup. I watched Lucreto smack him for a bit more. Still no damage. Nothing. I literally got up and left the room in the middle of not just being hit by an enemy, not just being hit by a boss, but being hit by the final boss of the game. He will never kill Connor. He sat here for like 15 minutes while I made dinner. He is doing 0 damage. This is pathetic. Are you kidding me? Am I really that over-leveled? The minions were doing more damage to it than this. What's the deal? I don't get it. But whatever. Hey, do you think I can walk around him? No. The only thing they can do to stop me from just walking up through his attacks is an invisible wall. Guys, I think this game might be really shoddily built. Just you know, a guess. Maybe. And he's not even gonna bother for the last one. A little slow on the draw there.
The mask. It will not shield thee, puny cur.
And so you think?
Thou wilt not get away
Seriously?
with this!
This is like more like Looney Tunes stuff, like, aha, that did nothing. Ah, but it did. Look behind you. It's like, I'm sure you could find something just like in a Daffy Duck cartoon. Am I supposed to be scared of this guy? We had like an entire game worth of build-up. Not very good build-up, but build-up. And this is it? This is what I had to look forward to for the final boss of the game? This is sad. It really is. Go away, Lucreto. You're one of the worst bosses ever. Certainly one of the worst final bosses. Bye-bye. Are we scared of this guy again? Anyone? Yeah, I'm sorry. You're not gonna see anything. But you know what? You're not missing much. I'll tell you what happens. So light shines down on the mask, which is completely flat because it has no... It's just a texture. And there's like a wave of light. And then we go back to the mirror and Daventry Castle and they turn back to normal. And they're like, wow, that was awesome. The trees are blooming, and everyone's turning back to normal, and it's awesome and shiny. And more trees blooming. It really doesn't look that good, because this game has crappy graphics, and then all the Archon guys are coming back. Connor sticks a sword in here, and then zooms out to the mask, and it's done, and yeah. So, final thoughts while the credits roll. Was King's Quest VIII any good? Well, as much as I used to love this game, once I took off the rose-colored glasses, I found that King's Quest VIII is mostly brown and gray. I won't say it's a terrible game, but it doesn't do anything well. It's not pretty, it doesn't have good combat, it doesn't have good puzzles, or a good story for that matter. It's not a good adventure game, it's not a good RPG, and the last thing anyone would call it is a good King's Quest game. It's a game whose every quality is average at best. But does it really matter what I think? If you're a King's Quest fan, you already know what you think of it. You may even be wishing me a horrible demise for giving this game any compliments at all. And if you weren't a fan, this sure wasn't a good jumping on point, especially since it was the jumping off point for the series, the point where it stopped being a relevant piece of gaming culture and faded into gaming's hazy past. I actually went and fact-checked a bit, and apparently there have been multiple attempts to make a ninth King's Quest games, and they've all fallen flat to the present day. And when I started this LP, I said that King's Quest VIII had been pretty much forgotten by everyone. And now I know the truth. It was rightly forgotten. King's Quest VIII wasn't even interesting enough to be an infamous bomb. It wasn't just an average bomb, which is why people still talk about ET for the 2600. But when you ask someone how many King's Quest games there are, they'll probably say, 7? Hey wait, I was scored? But I guess that's all I've got to say about the game. Now that we've had the full experience, we can do what everyone did back in 1998 and forget it ever existed. As for me, I'll see you next time once I've decided what game I want to play next. So I'll see you there. It's time now to close the book on King's Quest: Mask of Eternity.